And there we are. Welcome to tunnel meeting number 71. It's October 24th, 2023. And today we're joined by Fly, Curtis, Judith, Kevin, Malik, Onyeka, Oku, Rafael, Rojo, Tommy, and Walter. Thank you all very much for joining in today. A bit of an agenda. We start off today with a couple of mentions to get them out of the way. And after that, we move on to the Workgroups update. And then I want to spend some time on a bit of a brainstorm on social media amplification and what we can do there to get a bit more eyes upon ourselves. And I'd like to start off with a quick reminder on what the Ambassador Program even is and what we're doing. It's basically a group of people who support the vision of the SingularityNet ecosystem and want to contribute to it. We do this in all kinds of different self-organizing work groups. There's a broad range of topics in these work groups, from video and writing to governance and archiving and ideation, and there's a lot. And if you want to help out and join in on the fun, please hop on to our Discord server, where you'll find the Getting Started channel. That will help you get started. Hope to see you there. And as Tommy suggested, maybe before diving into the mentions, let's do a little round of introductions for those that want to. It's won't put you on the spot and on camera, but for those who want to give a little intro on themselves. There's a bunch of new faces today, so please feel free to.
Yo, I'm Fly. I'm Fly like Fly you fools when Gandalf is saying it to the Balrog. You shall not pass. So it's from that. It's a longer story than that, but it's cool for now. Yeah. Hey guys.
Hey, I'm Judith. I host mainly blockchain conferences and events around the world, and I do a lot of experiential marketing activations. So yeah, a lot of in real life stuff. On the SingularityNet side, I recently joined the writers and video work group, so we'll be helping out with marketing.
I'm Tommy Head Elf. I'm an ambassador, and I live way upstate New York and sometimes down in Fort Lauderdale. And the title Head Elf came from a winery that I named after my daughter, Erin Lee Fry, Elfs. And they asked my title, and I said, well, I'm the Head Elf. So welcome all.
Hello, I'm Rafael. I hope everyone is doing well. Basically, yes, I create content about blockchains and cryptocurrency on YouTube, and I'm now trying to play a more active role in SingularityNet.
Hi, I'm Rojo. I'm also an ambassador. I work in the video work group. My background is mathematics, now electronics engineering. Somehow ended up working with videos in this community, which is weird. Yeah, looking forward to get more technical, I guess. But yeah, it's been great. If anyone is interested in joining video, you're very welcome to do so if you're interested. And yeah, thank you.
I'll do one myself as well. Peter Elfrink here from the Netherlands. I work for SingularityNet. Started on marketing side and slowly moved to pretty much only community side of things. Yeah, trying to be all over the ecosystem a little bit. And yeah, that covers.
Hi, myself Malik, and I am a computer science student from Pakistan, and I am a part of Gamers Guild of SingularityNet channel, and I was a part of Swarm, also managing bounties and stuff.
My name is Walter. I'm an engineer and been working on crypto for quite a number of years. Cybersecurity before that, embedded development before that, all kinds of open source fun stuff. And I got interested in DAOs about 3 years ago. Have actively participated in some, and I made my way to this here meeting by way of learning about deep funding back in July, and it's been interesting ever since. So thank you.
Curtis. I'm been in these spaces and the ecosystems for about 5 years now. I'm kind of all over the place. You'll find me in SingularityNet and Gimbal Labs and Catalyst and many different areas. So if you'd like to get to know me, just look around. I'm there.
Nice.
Hi, Toyota from Nigeria. I've been in Texas for about 2 years now. I recently joined Singularity. I think that was July. I'm a member of the video work group and translator. It's nice to be here.
I have to say, and I'm not sure if this is on my side, but audio volume seems very low for you, Anyeka.
Couldn't hear it either.
Is it better now?
Way better, yes.
Okay. Toyota from Nigeria. I've been in the crypto space for about 3 years now. I recently joined SingularityNet. I think that was July. I'm a member of the video work group and also a translator. And it's nice being here.
Awesome. Not to put you on the spot, but I do think there's only one remaining, more or less. Well, anybody else wants to intro themselves shortly?
Hello, everyone. It's OEP from the Discord server, and I'm so happy to be here. Nice to see everyone. Okay, I've been in SingularityNet for a year now, and basically, I'm a web designer and a graphic designer. I've worked as a translator and also part of the video work group now. So, thank you very much.
Awesome. I think that pretty much covers. Last check, anybody? Awesome. All right. Thanks for that. Yeah, let's get moving. A couple of mentions, which I'm sure you're aware if you're following the space a little bit. Results for both deep funding round 3 and for the supervisory council are live. For deep funding round 3, it's a bit much to congratulate 43 awarded proposals one by one. But for the supervisory council, it's manageable. So congratulations to Grace, Daniel, and Johnny. And also to the proposers for deep funding. Good stuff. It's just amazing to see this. To me, at least, it feels like momentum is going up crazily. And yeah, once once these proposals will start popping off and putting results, it's going to be hard to keep track of everything. But that's a challenge in itself. Then a short update on the Q3 budget review and the Q4 planning. We are getting there, and I hope to be able next week during Tunnel to tell you that all is settled and dealt with, and to share the outline of the budget. We do still need a little bit here and there, but yeah, it's closing in. And I couldn't help myself but put a little mini teaser for an upcoming voting experiment. But for more on that, I promise not to tell much more than just that. You'll need to join next week. And then do so during the half an hour before this town hall on Discord. There's always a pre-town hall session. He introduced that he was, he mentioned that he was having a bit of unclarity on how to work with tasks and dework. So I figured it would be good to have a quick check if others are experiencing the same or similar issues. I'm not sure.
Well, from incubation side, we had the discussion last week. They covered quite a few of these, but I can mention that a little bit from incubation side in a sum up. But yeah, would be great to hear from newcomers. And old comers.
It does tie in a little bit with what we mentioned before on Damio. We do have a course on dework. I think it's at 99% ready, if not finalized by now. But we haven't been actively sharing that and having people work through that module. But yeah, generally speaking, very always happy to get feedback on any blockers or issues you bump into.
Peter, what was the thing that you were not going to tell us about?
Nice try. Well, there will be a voting experiment, but as you can see on the slide, that's pretty much all I'm going to say about it.
Are there prizes?
Multiple prizes. So many prizes, you'll be like, oh, how is this possible?
That's the best way to get people to do anything, is you pay them for it. But there are many ways. We got to talk motivational systems at some point, even if not in this meeting.
Yeah, there's a connection to that voting experiment. Let's say it won't be a GIX token based voting. That's oversharing already, I guess.
May I offer an activity? So this is an experiment. So you're not just doing grunt work. In the chat, there is a link to the most recent post, blog post of the SingularityNet Ambassadors Medium channel. And notice how it's slightly under. Okay, people are not engaging with it. We're going to show them how it's done, all right? Now, the way Medium works is you can clap not once, not twice, 50 times. 50 times. So, exactly. So, yeah, exactly. See, this is exactly. If you hold it down for 3 days straight, you get 51 votes. And so let's find out. And you have a chance to win a prize. I'm not going to tell you what it is, though. All right. Thank you. That's all I got.
Korean marketing in action. Well, we will get to that topic in the second portion of this this call. But yeah, thanks. Also noted comments by Curtis in chat on including links to the relevant meeting where the task originated from. Or the transcript, yeah, fair. Ideally, yeah, sure. All context that can be given should be given. Feels like a reasonable approach. Anybody?
I have to say, I like this so much more than the meeting summaries taking most of the meeting. Yeah, just a reflection.
Not gonna lie, it's not removed from the agenda. But yeah. Any further comments on Unclarity relating to tasks and dework?
It's not the best system in the world. It's a little clunky, but I think once the PBL document comes out that we've been working on, it'll make it a lot more clear, and there'll be guided steps on how to use it. So just a little patience. TiVo has been working very hard on it, and I think the clarity will become more clear.
Yeah, and I think it's something like if we expect people to use dework, we need to onboard them onto dework. There are like quite a few platforms which we're using now. Yeah, that take time to get familiar with. I'm just gonna copy in my notes into the it's too long. Okay, I'm gonna copy in half and half of some notes from incubation, which kind of reflected the same things that you're saying last week. That there are issues with engagement and participation, but also people are feeling exhausted after multiple elections and waiting on grant decisions and stuff. And that it could be much more clearer ways to contribute to align to people's interests. And this structure seems confusing with many fractured work groups and different different tests or like things you have to do to get into different work groups. Another thing that was mentioned is time availability. That's a major blocker, and the like ways to contribute aren't presented like forthright. It's like hard to find sometimes the ways to actually contribute. So there could be like more visibility there. And yeah, asynchronous collaboration could be worked on, but also kind of spoken more about when documents are kind of, there needs to be on some level some campaigning to make people actually listen, especially people that are not like checking it every day or something. Yeah, and I'll copy the rest in the chat.
Well, I think broadly speaking, it's always very welcome if you bump into these issues. Simply post them on Discord. Make it known that you are bumping into issues, and then we can look into how to address them. Would say the general channel is sufficient for that. Well, pretty much anywhere where you feel like posting it, that's all perfectly fine. All right. Yeah, then a quick shout out to an event that's happening in Decentraland tomorrow at 18 UTC. There's a talk by Ben Gertzel, our CEO, and also the CEO of Sophiaverse will be present, and I think the CTO of Twin Protocol, because there's the AI World Fair happening. And well, for full details, I would point you to Sophiaverse Twitter or social media in general. So yeah, that's happening tomorrow. And there might be some goodies to find there for those looking around. And that brings me to Rojo, who mentioned he had a new workgroup idea. So if you want, the floor is yours.
Yeah, to keep it short, I mean, the idea is basically to start a developers work group. The developers work group aims to basically just onboard anyone interested in developing software. If you're working with, I mean, that's software engineering in general, machine learning engineering, pretty interesting. Data science would be in scope. Even data analysis would be in scope as well. Again, the purpose here is just to get as many people working with computers, I guess, as possible, and brainstorm, get some project going on, and basically try to build on top of the technology that we have and that we keep talking about, right? Any interesting detail to add? Yeah, I'll be working on a proposal for the work group and basically making a draft and opening it up for comments and stuff like that. And then, yeah, then after that, I guess, comes the conversation. Yeah. Walter?
Thank you. I'll support you in that effort. I've been interested in doing outreach to open source software development folks, before. Of course, I got to learn what the offering is in a little more detail, but that's been on the to-do list anyway. So yeah, I think it's a very surprisingly underserved community right now here at ambassadors and stuff, and software people are easy to find. We're all congregate around GitHub, and we tend not to run away as quickly when approached, just because like deer in the headlights. So yeah, so let me help you with that. Let's do it.
No, I want to do it alone. I need nobody. Yeah, Walter, actually, when I thought about the work group, I mean, I believe a friend of mine came first, and then you were second on my mind, to be honest. A friend of mine said yes, you're saying yes now. That's great. That's already 3 members, which is beautiful. But yeah, I think like around 5 or even more members, that would be perfect. You can get something going on.
Awesome. Sounds to me like there should be a Discord channel made. And time to get started then.
That's great. Yeah, a role maybe, and what do you call it? Yeah, a Discord channel would be nice. Oh yeah, Guillermo is also working with Python and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, I just looked at Guillermo in the chat. Yeah, Guillermo, you're very welcome if you would like to join as well. We'd love to have you.
Good stuff. And I'm sure there's quite a couple of people who are currently not in the call who would be happy to join in on the fun. All right. I think that covers for now. Any further thoughts or comments or questions on it?
I'd like to float a proposal to rename and reframe marketing to outreach, so it's not exclusively commercial in focus, but is a general movement of contacting and telling people about what we do, having them tell us about their stuff. We bring it back, so effectively, full-time maintain two-way communication with the world out there. I think this should be kind of front and center with what ambassadors do anyways. And so, and I think marketing as a guild has been without, that kind of centralizing influence. So I'd like to see that turned around. And basically, I mean, like you can see even in this group, there are people already who know how to social media and chat and do events and so on. So I think it's pretty doable if we just like kind of kick it off and off we go.
Makes me wonder, we don't really have a process in place for renaming guilds. Not entirely sure how that will work.
You can do a poll, maybe.
Sure
Yeah,
thing.
so sorry, go ahead, Peter.
Sounds good, though. I like it. I like the new idea, the new energy. Go for it, dude. From my side.
Just taking a bit from sociocracy practices, if we could present it, like propose, like Walter said, and then ask for objections, or right, like instead of just consensus per se, it's about, okay, do you have any objection with this? Why? Justification becomes a bit more of a structured conversation.
Yeah, fully agree. Guillermo, you have your hand up. Not sure if that's intentional, but you have your hand up. You are muted still, though. You can. We'll get to you if you are available. Let's say. Yeah, fair. I'll push it to the. Well, basically just the general ambassador general channel. Let's see what people feel about it. All right. We covered this. Then we do get to the workgroup updates. Let's have a look where we started late. We only have 20 minutes remaining, so I would like to ask. I see not all workgroup leads are present, so I think we can get through the list relatively quickly. Starting off with incubation think tank. Fly.
Is it possible to come back to me at
Sure.
the end?
Sure thing. I guess later on there's the AI sandbox, so could do both at the same time, I guess. Then for archive, I don't think we have a representative present. We do not. Their meeting will be next week. So it's a bi-weekly meeting. This week it's not happening. Next week it's at Wednesday 13 UTC. You can find the agenda usually a day before in their channel. Then on PBL workgroup, I do not see it recurring in the calendar, but I'm pretty sure that will be happening tomorrow. Let me make note to ping Tavo about this and make sure. Next on the list would be the strategy workgroup. Tommy, could you give us a little update there?
Yes, I'd love to talk about strategy and the strategy workgroup and its last official task under my supervision or lead as guild, and that is the formation of the roundtable. Strategy has come through. We've created a code of conduct, a conflict resolution, And now a call has been put out for an appeal board, a reference board, a body of something, and we're calling it the round table for I think very good reasons, solid reasons, both based in mythology and based on the fact that there's no leader. And if we think of decentralization, it means there's centers, and there's many centers, or as we have in this project of the Ambassador Guild, we have many little cells such as video and work group and etc. And how do we decentralize those? And when we have an issue, where do we go with the issue? So thus the round table. And it's taken on some legs. We started discussing it several months ago, but in seriousness and strategy last week. I've put together a document which I will share tomorrow, Wednesday at 1600 UTC. We do meet in Discord. We do not meet in Zoom. And if you'd like to be part of that, please join us tomorrow and help us form this round table body organization and decide what its purpose is for.
Good stuff. Thank you very much. Next on the list is the Treasury Guild, but Walter, you have your hand up, go for it.
Very quick question. Tommy, you mentioned the appeals board, and then you mentioned the round table, but between them you said something else I didn't get.
Walter, I don't remember what I said, quite frankly, but it's a body, it's an organization. If we have a conflict, where do we go with it? If we have an issue, where do we go with it? So the term roundtable has been used, and we solidified that last week, which you were part of. But there's other projects within SingularityNet that are facing some similar issues. So I think this is growing. It's getting some legs on the purpose for it. I think that's kind of what I said, Walter.
Okay. So yeah,
does that work? Because I see you have a comment about using dework Discord for meetings. I choose it only for the simplicity and ease, and it doesn't have the recording that we need in a bigger, larger meeting like this. So
All right. Yeah, then a quick note on the Treasury Guild, since let me triple check, don't have a representative right now. As mentioned before, it's still ongoing discussion on the Q4 budget. Hopefully in 1 week from now, this will be solved. Then moving on to the Thursday with onboarding. Sugar, can you give us a little update?
Hey guys, good evening from my end. In our last meeting last Thursday, we discussed about having to tweak the current onboarding email, since we had put the Getting Started channel in order. It was also right that we had to tweak the email a little bit so it could fit into what we have with the Getting Started channel. And that is being done currently. Also, we talked about if the onboarding work group should be the first port of call for new people. We discussed that, and probably have to talk more about it in our next meeting. And then we talked about our Q4 budgets and how we cost our work. We talked about the value of hidden work and the importance of having everyone in the work group, being part of the work group. So were able to complete our budgets, which we have put out to Treasury. And then also we are going to engage more persons in our work group to try to be part of the work group by doing some minutes and also participating any way you can. So that's it. So we have our next meeting on Thursday, same time, and we urge anyone who is available to please join us. You're always welcome.
Nice. Thank you very much. Then a quick check on Fly. Are you available now? Can push later if preferred.
Yeah, if possible. That's great. Thanks.
Very possible. Yes, sure thing. That brings us to the video work group. Rojo.
Hello, everyone. Back to you from the video work group. We are growing strong. We have, well, I guess last time I said we have 3 more members. Now we have another 2 members. Yeah, we added 2 members. So 1 last Friday, 1 today. So 2 more members. That's great. Again, as usual, working on our constant flow of videos. We have, you know, the usual stuff, which is this town hall being edited, made a little bit prettier and put on YouTube. We have our summaries presented by Mr. Peter. Hopefully you're enjoying those, and hopefully you're liking and commenting on those. If you're not, shame on you, and shame on us for not telling you earlier, I guess, as well. But yeah, we would like to, if you can, I mean, again, you don't have to, but engaging with our accounts would help us reach, you know, other people, and it will be very nice. I'll remind you, we're on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X, I mean, YouTube. Yeah, I guess that's about it. And there is Medium, again, from the writers work group as well. We're working on a couple of videos coming out as well. We have some shorts coming out, I guess, every day or every 2 days. Yeah, we reached 100 subscribers, which Peter is not very happy about, but I'm very happy. 100 subscribers on YouTube. I mean, hopefully, you know, next time is going to be 1,000. That's how it goes. We reached quite an outstanding number of views on one video on Instagram that went a little bit viral. We got, like, I think 16,000 views, which was pretty cool. That was a video about Sophia, Sophia the robot, and done by Judith. Congratulations as well for the video. So yeah, that's that, I guess, for this week. Next week we're gonna have our monthly update. We're gonna look a little bit more into details and numbers and percentages, and yeah, I look forward to that.
Awesome, thank you. And as mentioned before, we will get to social media amplification after the work group updates a bit more. Let's see, do we have any representative of the writers work group in the house? I don't think so.
I can give a little update from what I remember.
Yes, please.
Yeah, we started this session with reviewing on new dework tasks. We looked at what we put out in the last week, which was in the last month, which was 7 articles. We welcomed the new members. We talked about we want to write an end of year recap, as far as I remember. And we want to introduce something that is called atomic essays, which is going to be short essays which are below 300 words that basically are going to explain topics around AI in really simple terms so that a 5-year-old could understand it. And yeah, we concluded the session with the editing task where we just all collaboratively edited an article.
Nice. Thank you very much. Also, thanks for stepping up there. Cool. Looking at the clock, going on to the next one, being the knowledge base work group. That's taking place on Monday, 17 UTC. We're gonna have the time shift stuff happening, the winter time. I've got 2 overlapping calls at that slot. I now see. Yeah, well, it's always so fun, this time shifting stuff. It will be happening coming Monday at 17 UTC. And moving on, I think the UTC times should still hold up. Yeah, for education on Monday at 19 UTC. Tommy, can I ask you for a little update there?
I want to thank Judith for her update. It was fantastic, but I'm going to challenge you. As you do your Eli 5, so 5-year-olds can understand singularity terms or AI terms. What about 65-year-olds? Can you do an Eli 65? So us seniors can also understand it. Don't discriminate against us. You did a good job. Your video was fantastic. And one of the things you may notice, we're almost at 1.5 years birthday or anniversary of the ambassador program. And one of the things that's happening is for the first year, the ambassador program was inwardly focused, building infrastructure and structure, which you do need to decentralize. And starting a few months ago, conversations started coming up about outward looking, outward bound. And you'll notice it permeated more into today's meeting. Walter wants to change the name from marketing to outward bound. Judith has put out a video that has the first viral. We're starting to grow. And strategy and education started looking at educational videos or an educational course for existing ambassadors to raise their knowledge level so we can intelligently talk about the number of spin-offs, because there's Peter mentioned Decentraland today. Does anybody know about Decentraland? Does anybody know about Sophiaverse and the game that's coming up? And do you know what a Cogito Tracer coin is? So education is looking at doing outward bound marketing educational courses. Peter just did one on SNet intro, 30 seconds. We're using in video. So we invite all of you that are interested in outward bound educational process for us to come join us on Mondays and learn a little bit about InVideo, which is an AI video program, or another video basis. Thank you. Eli 65.
I like that.
And maybe the video and writers and education work group at some point should have a joint meeting to align on the education that we want to put out. For 5-year-olds.
I think that would be, I think that would be fantastic. A little summit between all of us and get our act together and a similar focus. That is a great suggestion.
Well, for a bit of context, I mean, this kind of describes what the marketing guild should and also was doing in the past. Pretty much, and correct me if I'm wrong there, but I think it coincided with Grandano kind of stepping back. Then the marketing guild in itself kind of stepped back, practically speaking.
Yeah, I think it was like me and Grandano kind of closed it after starting the writers and video, and then kind of to focus on incubation. Basically, it's beautiful how it's now developed in each element, and for those elements to come together That's a beautiful sight.
Yeah, well put. Then to close off the list, do we have anybody from Gamers Guild in the house by any chance? Oh, we have Malik.
Yeah, hello everyone. Regarding Gamers Guild update, I will give you a small update. We had 2 sessions of Gamers Guild this month. We used Discord integrated game known as land.io for these sessions. And the very first trivia competition was conducted in the last session using a quiz board. Thanks to Peter and Demonix for helping out to get access for the quiz. I had a small talk with the slate for implementing web-based RPG gaming for the next coming sessions. And that's all. Thanks, everyone.
Good stuff. Thank you very much. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think right now the 3rd session isn't. Well, let me ask you, is that planned already?
Yeah, it is planned on 4th of November, I guess. It's a bi-monthly meeting now, so we will hold it after 1 week, once in a 2 weeks.
Let me just go ahead and add that to the calendar. It's there. Cool. What a nice bridge. This reminds me to remind you about the public calendar. Yeah, you can go there and add it to your own Google Agenda, so you don't have to miss any of the public calls. Okay, that wraps up the workgroup updates. I see the clock.
Oh, wait. I totally forgot. I need to do incubation.
Perfect.
Yo.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, start with incubation think tank last week. It was really good, actually. We focused, we kind of like converged on this idea of developing research. And the second part was really a great discussion on like the key challenges about the program specifically and the interests of how we can develop it and the people there. So we're going to go forward this week on developing that research on the core issues which we face. If you want to add topics to the Incubation Guild, I'm just sharing in the chat the agenda, so you can at the bottom of that put whatever you want to bring up. Yeah. And AI Sandbox, that was a great session last week. We were let me just try and remember. Yeah, we were discussing a lot about how to bring AI tools to the ambassador program and others, applying AI tools to documents and things that are already kind of going on in the ambassador program. There were some ideas about like developing more of a forum architecture, which will like reach out to Walter about developing to kind of structure the resources we're developing with LLMs and news on AI and things like this, topic discussions. There won't be one this week, or maybe there might be. I'm actually not sure, but you should definitely come to both. They'll be fun.
Thank you very much. I do see it on the calendar, so yeah, I think it will happen. All right, that does wrap up the workgroup session, workgroup update section. Yeah, now we've actually run 2 minutes over the slot, and this makes me wonder on social media amplification. I wanted to do a little brainstorm session on, well, what we can do as a, well, broadly speaking, as the ambassador program, to up our numbers, to get more eyes on the stuff that we make and the content we put out there. I have to say, what we were talking before about marketing guilds, maybe it's just something to do a separate session on, starting off with this topic, or would people to like to spend time on brainstorming right now? A quick check on the room.
I'm
Yeah,
good to do it right now, but I would also suggest a separate session, as we said, just between all the work groups that are related to marketing.
Yeah, we definitely can do that. I mean, I'm kind of inclined with video and writers work group being pretty much one big slot to do it before that, maybe, or after, but in that same block. Any thoughts on that?
Maybe, Peter, we can agree with writers. We can talk to them and then make the two sessions one big session where we can get updates on both work groups and then like discuss this big question basically.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Sure. It would also take away a little bit of the already allotted meeting time, I guess.
Tommy, would you be able to join that as well on Friday?
Yeah, I think it's important from a overall viewpoint is to revisit what the priorities are, and a criticism-free brainstorming session would be phenomenal. Even if we do it right now to start off with and come out with some of the higher level topics that people in the room consider. There are some writers here, there are some video people, there's strategy people, there's ambassadors. So I think as long as we can keep it criticism free and let everybody gurgitate their thoughts, we can accomplish a lot in a few minutes, Peter. And Judith, yes, I'm available. Traveling Thursday, but I'm available Friday. Thank you.
Curtis, you have your hand up. Go for it.
Spouting out here. So what we do in Decipher is I'm using a Notion dashboard to track our social media. So for posts and platforms like YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Twitter, so on and so forth. But it also integrated with Zapier to pull in metrics like number of followers and viewers. It really just helps us manage and oversee what's happening. But by utilizing some of those databases, you can also put in like technique or style or strategy that was used and then see how it's engaged with by the community. So you can kind of get a bit of informed metrics to improve those styles. Not sure if there's already like a management process that's being used to track all that type of stuff. I mean, Notion's just an example, but just a thought.
Curtis, can I follow up on that? How exactly do you do it in Notion? I'm new. I just started using Notion like 2 weeks ago, so I'm not really familiar. Like, how would you do that? Or if you can write it, that's fine as well.
Yeah, I can create a template from it and then share it with you guys. Just maybe off chain, do some of that. Yeah,
that would be great. Thank you so much. But yeah, also on your questions, so far the kind of the process has been to track some couple of metrics and present them monthly, but it has a lot of manual work being done. So if we can actually pull it up on, link those accounts with a Notion page or dashboard, that would be great actually, to make the process much smoother.
okay. It is still an upfront manual process in the sense of setting up some of the API queries and so forth. I mean, once you have that, it's more automated, but it is involved. Just a heads up.
Yeah, I would love me some work upfront to just relax in the future. That's fine. That's fine.
A couple of hands up. Judith?
Yeah, I have 3 quick suggestions on the social media side. First one is, I think we really need to optimize our profiles. So the profile description, for example, on Instagram and TikTok. I think people don't really understand what we're doing from the descriptions that are in there so far. And as Tommy very correctly noted a few weeks back, is that SingularityNet Ambassadors program has money available for people that contribute in a meaningful way. And I don't think people are even aware that if they join SingularityNet, ambassadors channel and join the work groups, that they can get paid and basically create their own jobs, so to say. Well, I mean, contribute in a meaningful way and get paid for it. So I think we need to put that in the profile, or just optimize the profile description a little bit so that people actually know what they're getting when they're joining the program. Second suggestion would be, since we're posting a lot on YouTube Shorts, on TikTok TikTok videos and Instagram Reels, the algorithm pushes that out to people that are not our current followers. So it puts it out to a lot of strangers. But in our accounts right now, we're putting out videos that don't have headlines and videos that don't explain in the first 3 seconds what the video is actually about. So for a stranger, it's really hard to actually watch the video or not keep scrolling because it doesn't get them hooked. So I would suggest that on every single video there's a headline where people can see what the video is about, or there's some kind of hook that stops people from scrolling, because we are competing with millions of other videos. So it has to be something that's worth watching. And the videos are great that are going out, but it's missing, you just can't tell what the video is about in the first 2 seconds, and that's super important for viewers that are not in our ecosystem. And thirdly, I would suggest that if we're only posting on our social media channels, obviously the reach is not going to be super great unless we consistently hit viral videos, which is not that easy for someone who's starting out. So usually what's really helpful is if we have someone, or we have a group, maybe it can even be a work group, that actively goes into Telegram groups, other Discord groups, Facebook groups, Instagram groups, whatever groups, joins Twitter lives and promotes the SingularityNet Ambassadors program. So kind of more go into other accounts.
I think that's a great
promote
idea.
what we're doing.
Sorry, go ahead.
Especially Telegram groups can be super beneficial there. That's it for now.
Yeah.
Nice.
Tommy, you have your hand up.
So friction-free ideation, no negative stuff, and yet I'll start my ideation with the negative. We as ambassadors do not know who our customer is. We are shotgun approaching our outward bound marketing program. Rojo has, I think the concept is we want to bring engineers and trainers in and deep funding and get products so that the marketplace and the ambassador in the SNet ecosystem has products that people can actually use. What I think we're missing, and I'll go to the positive side of my ideation, is we are a very much of a isolated sliver of a program in SingularityNet. There are 10 other spin-offs and each have their own marketing department, and we're not talking. We're not amplifying. There's Mindplex and there's Rejuve. They have their marketing stuff. we should, I think, hold a summit with all the marketing teams for all the spin-offs in SingularityNet, and think about, just like Walter did, go in and clap. How can we amplify our market, our message across the entire ecosystem? And I don't think it's going to take a lot of money. So perhaps a summit with all of us. And Peter, you would, I think, be the person that would know how to do that, if it's even possible.
Yeah, just a short reaction, Rafael. I see, I do see your hand. Well, I can't speak for those teams, but yeah, definitely possible. I'm happy to suggest.
Okay, I just want to give a quick idea, but of course, I also want to get some context from you guys, if possible, to understand if it makes sense. I'm not sure if you right now have any system to, like, for the general ambassadors to track everything that is going, that is being created and that is being deployed, and any system for them to know, what's coming out and to engage and maybe be incentivized to do so.
Well, we don't have a central system like that. I mean, whenever we put content out, it's shared on Discord. But that also gets burdens, right? Like 3 days later, not sure if people will still scroll up and see it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's very true. So yeah, I was just wondering if it would be cool maybe to have, like, I don't know, an engagement group, or just to have a platform or an Excel or something where you could just put there the things and people could access and maybe like contribute, and you could even have like someone checking who's contributing and maybe keeping track of like how many people are liking, sharing, etc. And maybe use that to incentivize the people that are being more active in doing so, just because you already have a community of people interested, gathered, and you could use that to increase the reach. And I do think, like, for example, for YouTube, it's very important that the people that are watching your videos, liking them and sharing, are the same people that so have similar tastes to the audience you want to have, because then YouTube will see your audience and share it across people with similar profiles. So I think by leveraging the community, we might be able to growth hack some of the channels.
Yeah, I think that the campaigning goes a long way in this regard. It's great conversation, and very much, in fact, what the Incubation Guild is trying to grapple with right now. I am aware that it's now Incubation Guild, so I'm gonna post the Zoom in the chat for incubation, and there'll be time to carry on this conversation there. I've also made a document for this discussion, which I posted in the chat. If you would like to contribute to the document or the conversation in Incubation Guild, that would be amazing. I've just if you're going to write, you can add your name to the contributors. And yeah, this can go some way, perhaps help the meeting at the end of the week for marketing. Cool.
So I guess we'll ideate on exactly how that session on Friday with video workgroup and writers workgroup, how that gets combined. I did put a 1 hour session in the calendar before that for those interested, but yeah, we'll have to see how we if that stays in and how we end up doing that.
You are the host, by the way.
Cool. All right. Yeah, that does wrap up then for now. I was initially hoping to have a little bit more time on this topic, but yeah, it's kind of an evergreen topic, isn't it? So we'll continue the discussion for sure, both in the document and in incubation and on Friday. So I'd like to, well, let's do a quick check. Anything, any short things that need to be shared right now in this session? I see no hands and nobody speaking up, so I think we can conclude then for now. Thanks a lot for all of you for being here. Yeah, hope to see you in incubation or in one of the many meetings we've got upcoming. Thanks a lot. Cheers.